It is. It is. Hey, everybody, it's the pre-show. I should just put the banner for.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I can't read the damn thing. It's never in stock anytime.
Right.
Because it's a good comic. It flies off the shelves.
It's Tom Taylor.
It's in my box now, so I shouldn't have any trouble.
Yeah, it's Tom Taylor, dude. We're talking about Son of Kal-El, the book that came out. It's being revealed in there. It was actually announced today by DC Comics on Coming Out Day that he is bisexual, and it's been hinted at quite a bit, I think, in the book.
Oh, yeah. If you've been paying attention.
Yeah, he's got a new friend who is sort of a podcaster who does social justice work and stuff like that during his podcast. And the character really fits nicely with the rest of the book because John is literally linking arms with protesters at one point, begging the police to arrest, and they do. So yeah, and we were talking about it that, man, the internet just, and it's not the internet, it's the certain segment of the internet. When we say,
well, it's the same people as it always is, man. And for anything. Well, I mean, we just went through this a couple of months ago with Tim Drake.
With Robin.
So,
yeah. I mean, there's always going to be a vocal minority of people who are going to be very visible on, comment sections, who are going to, shit all over anything and everything, when honestly it doesn't affect you one way or the other, and this could mean a lot to a lot of people, so fuck off.
Exactly, man. It kind of weirds me out. What are you gonna do? Read the other 3 fucking Superman books that are currently going, you know what I mean? Action, Checkmate, or whatever the fuck it is, and then there's the Red, Blue, and White, or what, you know what I mean? There's always fucking Superman to read.
Especially since this book has already firmly established itself as woke Superman. It
is woke Superman. It is Superman for people who did not read comics in the 90s. Okay, and Adam mentioned it. Yeah, we went through this just a couple months ago with Robin, with Tim Drake, and I heard some people saying then, "Oh man, why can't they just make a new character and make the character gay?" John is fucking a new.
He is a new character. He's only been around for a few years.
And that might be idiots who just read the headlines where they say Superman is bisexual. And
exactly, right? Dude, 9 times out of 10, I would say even more than that. Of the people who whine, piss, and moan about this shit, dude, they're not reading the fucking comics.
No, they don't. They're not.
And these are the same folks who are like, "Oh, comics haven't been good since the 90s." And I'm like, "Well, you haven't read them since the 90s. How the fuck do you know?"
Also, what the hell did
have you gone back and read
these comics?
Have you gone back and read those books since then? Most of them do not hold up. I was just reading some 90s Batman right before coming on this, and that shit did not hold up at all.
And the Claremont X-Men, that shit's woke as fuck.
Oh, it is.
I mean, comics are usually on the side of this quote unquote social progressive, side of things. Superman was the original Superman debuted as a New Deal crusader.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. I mean, even if you want to go further back than that, we always bring it up. Captain America was literally created by a couple of Jewish guys to try to get America to go to fucking war. It was.
He was.
We weren't in World War II when Captain America was fucking punching Hitler on the cover. And these books have always pushed an agenda, and it's usually always been a right agenda, a positive agenda. You know how comics have always been right? Because the government's tried to shit on them. Okay, anything the government has ever tried to shit on is usually a great thing. All right, but yeah, we'll talk about that maybe next time we do the Sunday night show. But until then, let's get into this show.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Classic.
I love that. Man, I don't know what I'm gonna do by myself. I got 3 kids. I'm used to there being noise all the time.
Well, are there any really long movies that you don't always have an opportunity to watch all the way through?
Yeah. No, my old lady don't give a shit what I watch. Greetings, geeks. Like she'll put on Watchmen sometimes, just when there's nothing else on. She's just I'll put Watchmen and the extended one.
Oh.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Well, yeah, you got to get the extended one. You have to get all of the glowing blue penises that you can get. Don't want to skip on that.
Sure, but I like the extended watching because it's got all that Black Freighter animated shit.
Oh, it does actually,
I
and
love that.
it does make the movie a lot better.
Oh, for sure. Yes, greetings.
I like
geek.
that. All of Zack Snyder's movies, they have to be 4 hours long to be good.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
Let's move
Is
on.
the extended 300 significant? I mean, I actually kind of like 300.
I
Like
don't know.
as
300
is,
was
but,
good
like,
on its own. Yeah.
I now wonder if there is like a 5-hour 300 that is like drastically better.
I don't know what else could they do in that movie to make
There's
it
not
any
enough
longer?
source material there to
Yeah.
have a 500 hour.
They pretty much
5 hour
covered that whole graphic novel cover to
Yeah.
cover already. Yeah.
And then they did a sequel.
That was not great.
Anyway, greetings.
It was
geeks.
a pretty mediocre movie, the
was.
sequel.
Welcome back. It's another episode of This Geek in Comics, that we're Geekery's comic book shit talk show.
Shit talk show.
Gomer, Adam, Normal, Taylor. How's it going, gentlemen?
I'm doing well.
We're going to
It's
talk
going
about
all right.
comics. If you're in the chat, let us know. If you see something, say something. We are talking about all of the new comics. How do I get rid of my... There it goes. We're talking about all the new comics.
Man, that whole
Almost
page
all.
is a lot of Batman that I am not reading.
Dude, me neither. I am not reading the Batman Scooby-Doo stuff, even though I've heard it's okay. Batman 89.
I mean,
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure
You
all
know
of
what
this
you're
is
in
fine.
for. I'm sure
the-
it's like, yeah, I'm sure that the Scooby stuff is like good for young readers or whatever, but we are not the market,
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
all of this is fine for its tended demographics. Like I'm sure the fans of the Burton Batman are digging this 89
These are the
book.
ones who are like,
But
oh,
that's
I
just
want,
not for
I want
me, man.
comics from the 90s. There you go, motherfucker.
There you go. Read this instead of Tom Taylor's excellent Superman comic.
Yeah. Great Lee Weeks cover, though, on this, I got to say.
Oh yeah, it's Lee
I
Weeks,
love
man.
that. I love that.
Pretty cool.
And then, yeah, the Arkham Asylum deluxe edition.
Well,
You
this
Grant
is one of those
Morrison.
things, like, if you don't already have Arkham Asylum, it's worth getting. And,
It
this
is.
is as good a way to get it as any.
It's a fantastic book. Moving on, more Batman, the audio adventure special. All right, are there 80-year-old, 90-year-old fucking Batman readers out there?
Is that what this is? Like, they're adapting like a radio play or something?
I don't fucking know.
I'm genuinely
I don't know.
curious
It's
about
$10
what this
though,
is.
so I'm not buying it.
$10
It looks
is a
like-
large ask when I'm not exactly sure what the premise is here.
I think the audio adventures special is actually sort of like a podcast, the HBO scripted original podcast.
Oh,
Anyway, I am not.
okay.
The
I was
audience for
actually
that
would have
either,
liked that a lot more if it was like an old like radio broadcast from like the 40s
Right.
or something.
right? And then to continue, I mean, I could just give an update of here. This is DC's books this week. All right, this is what it is.
That's
That's
DC's
what
books
it's
every
every
week. Yeah.
Batman the Imposter. I wish they'd call it Batman Poser. But I don't know who Mattson Tomlin is. He's some
I don't know, but it's gonna
TV
look
guy.
great.
Oh, it's gonna look fucking amazing with Sorrentino in there and Jordy Belair doing colors over Sorrentino. What?
It'll look
yeah,
great.
This book might be worth a pickup at $6. It is Black Label.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a weird prestige
weird
format
shape.
size.
I
Yeah.
got all mine on my bookshelf up here.
Yeah, mine's on my bookshelf too. So
Yeah.
Based off the description, looks like it's like a year one type story.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird twist. It's going to.
Sure.
But yeah, we'll see how that goes. And
I'll put that down as a maybe.
yeah, it's a definite maybe for me.
well, yeah, we got to see how the week goes here.
Yeah, there might be a shit ton of books, but we always start with DC because their books come out tonight at midnight. But great Bermejo cover. That dude is always doing nice work.
Yeah, if
for
this
Batman.
came out last week, I actually might have picked it up.
It was very light. Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
lighter last week. And I don't know what's coming out this week, but more Batman with a Long Halloween Deluxe, just like the other trade. If you haven't read
same
Long
deal.
Halloween, pick that shit up. It's
Yep.
dope.
Legitimately one of the best Batman stories ever. So for
Oh.
sure, picking up if you don't have it.
Oh, it's inarguably in the top 3. I think everybody's top 3, at least their top 5, includes Long Halloween. If your top 5
At
doesn't
least.
include Long Halloween, you are wrong. Period. You're wrong.
I mean, it's hard to dispute that.
Yeah. Urban Legends number 8. We're gonna get some Kane stuff in there. That's nice.
It's also it's a Fear State tie-in, so
Oh gosh,
Oh
is
god
it?
damn it! Is it?
yes, it's a
I
Fear
didn't think
State
Urban
tie-in.
Legends was in. Oh, I guess it has to be in
No,
continuity.
it's all in continuity,
'Cause that's
except
where
for the last
Tim-
issue.
Yeah.
Because the last issue was all future shit. But
Right.
yeah, it's all been in continuity.
Yeah. So 3 different variants for that, including this great. Was it Azrael?
Yeah.
Love that guy. Love that dude. Moving on, man. That is 3 pages of Batman. Batwoman Omnibus, solid. Blacksmith is not DC. Blue and Gold, number 3. And this is an 8 issue. I thought this was an ongoing.
No, it's only
Oh,
been
no,
an 8
Oh
issue
man,
from the
how
start.
am I just now learning this? This
I
book's
don't know.
terrific.
Well, that's most of DC's line now is
Sure.
been these minis, you
Minis.
know, and I'm okay with that, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think this really had the legs to be an ongoing. But
don't
this
know.
has still been a
probably
lot
right,
of fun.
Yeah, it's been very good so far. I'm definitely on board for this issue. It's a fun premise, but whenever you bring back these guys who had like, these great runs in like the 80s or 90s or whatever, it's probably for the best to leave it as a limited, I think.
Yeah, you're probably right. It doesn't get a variant either, damn. Booster Gold as a character, being from like 20, 30 years ago, but from the future, has really fallen into his own. He really works,
He was
like
honestly, he fits better today in a social media
Yes!
environment than he did back
does.
in his heyday. But
yeah, he was like way ahead of his time. Which
Booster's a
worked.
good example of a character who's a lot of fun in small doses. I
Sure,
probably
sure.
couldn't stand an ongoing about Booster Gold.
I don't know. He had a moment. He had an ongoing, 10 years ago at this point. Jeez,
Yes.
what that? But I like that ongoing.
Whenever he shows up, like remember when he showed up in Tom King's Batman? It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
That was a really fun couple of
Yeah.
issues for
When
sure.
he showed up in Heroes in Crisis, it was really
Man,
fun.
his ongoing actually was one of the best parts of Flashpoint. If I
Oh, it
remember
was.
correctly.
Yes, it was. Yes, I remember
That is really damning.
That is
with
very
praise.
damning
Yeah, right.
praise, but it was actually pretty damn good.
Yeah. But I just love Booster like in the modern day. He was way ahead of his time, it feels like. Challenge of the Super Sons finally finishing off this, which has been done in digital for quite some time. We do get a dope Simone DeMeo cover.
It's just weird, like reading this book, though. I imagine right now because like both of these characters are like aged up since they wrote this.
Yeah. But I mean, these 2 characters are so hot right now in both of their
Well,
books. The Robin
one-
book
one
is
more than others.
fantastic, dude. The Robin and O'Reilly Ross book. The Superboy book. I don't want to call it Son of Kal-El.
Yeah.
Deathstroke by Priest. This is probably the quintessential Deathstroke read. If you don't
This
have
is
this,
pretty good.
is.
It's very Christopher Priest. So if you
it
don't
is
like
a lot of Priest.
if you don't
You know-
like his style, you won't like it. But
I say this is the quintessential Deathstroke book. This might also be the quintessential Christopher Priest book.
maybe
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
If you want to feel of really who that writer is, this might be the book.
That's fair to say. Either that or his Avengers run, I guess.
Yeah, his Avengers run was good. Avengers a lot of times gets lost because there's just so many runs.
True enough. Yeah. Like that's one of those books that's always coming out. So there's just a lot of runs to sift through.
Yeah. Moving on. Flash Trade Paperback Volume 15. Not terrible. Future State Gotham. Future State Gotham. I hate Future State. Hardwire Season 1, Number 2. Getting into the milestone stuff.
This is probably my least favorite of all the milestone stuff I've been reading. But that being said, it's still fairly solid.
Yeah, the milestone stuff overall has been really good, dude.
It has, yeah. Icon and Rocket and Static are a bit stronger than this book, but this book is still, worth checking out.
Yeah. Harley Quinn animated series book continues. Here's the I Am Batman number 2, the other Batman book. John Ridley's great, but I'm just really off of Batman. I'm not a fan of this book.
I haven't been
all.
on this at all. I didn't like Ridley's. What was the other Batman book?
It was the Future State.
Yeah, it was the Future State one. I didn't really care for the Future State book at all, and so
that's what this is, right? This is
this is basically
Luke
that,
Fox, right?
It is. So yeah, I'm skipping that. Although amazing Francesco Mattina cover. Look at that. That's fucking rad. Man, that's good.
That is a good cover.
Moving on. Inferior 5, that's a trade. I think that was a Lemire book, wasn't it? Yeah, Lemire had some help on that. Joker number 8, Adam, you're up.
All right, Adam, preach.
Man,
Jorge
finally
Molina cover
a
on
book
this.
that I'm excited to get, man. This has just been a great book. The last issue didn't even have Joker in it at all.
Oh, that's
He was
awesome.
only in one panel,
That's
and it was a
cool.
flashback.
Yeah.
So
That's
you know,
cool.
I don't know. It's just a very exciting book. It's
You told us
basically
from the
just
start this is like a Jim Gordon book, really,
it's
right?
a Jim
Yeah.
Gordon book. Right now, he's in Europe, just going around. There's a bunch of Talons popping up because it's a Tinian book.
And the Talons have been all like sent out to.
You know, it's actually kind of nice because this book so far it's James Tinian and Gilliam March, who they both kind of broke in on a book called Talon.
Yeah.
Back at the beginning of the New 52.
I have every issue. It was
I
great.
have every issue of it. It's a great book, and this kind of feels like a sequel to that, where it feels like Tinian is wrapping up all of his shit in this book, and it just feels nice. This is the Tinian book that I actually like that's coming out of DC right now.
Yeah, nice, great. Again, Jorge Molina cover, so good. Justice League Last Ride. I don't think anyone's reading this.
Not I.
It's the chip.
See, this is where Jules should be here for us because he reads every goddamn thing.
Yeah, he reads everything, dude. Everything. Almost done. I think these are all different. Oh, the Pennyworth book. No one is reading the Pennyworth book either.
No.
It's a 7-issue mini.
Nah, this is one of them Jules only books.
Yeah, no one needed that.
I don't even think Jules would read this because that.
Whoa, wow.
Right.
It was based off the TV show. I don't know if he watched the TV show.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that TV show even existed. I didn't make that connection until just now.
It was on like it was on some weird network, some way up high channel. None of these are DC books. Strange Adventures, last issue here, Taylor. I know you're reading this.
I think I'm the only one still on this, and yeah, I've been enjoying it. I'm looking forward to seeing how it all wraps up here. Last issue it ended on quite the stinger, so
cool.
Be good to see them wrap.
Nice. It's also getting a fun wrap cover by Doc Shaner. Superman and the Authority, one of 3 other Superman books you can read right now that are currently being published.
This one's wrapping up.
Not have a bisexual Superman if you're that kind of a-hole. So yeah, I'm not into this book. I'm not a fan.
No, it's very Grant Morrison.
Yeah,
it's very.
I gave this.
It's just getting the team together. Really, is what this book has been.
Yeah.
But
I gave this 2 issues, and honestly, that was an issue too much.
It's got great art. God, that cover. Why is her ass like way up in the air like that? Jesus.
Rather risque for sure.
Yes, very. Moving on, Titans United. I don't think anyone's reading that either.
I read the first issue. I follow them. Sometimes the first issue was okay.
Kevin Scott is the guy writing Star Wars, the new Star Wars stuff over at IDW. So good as him to get some Big 2 work. I mean, technically, the IDW stuff is Big 2 work, but yeah, I think that's it. We got one more page. Just a bunch of Wonder Woman. Man, they've hit us with like 4 or 5 different Wonder Woman books this month, dude. Well, in the past month, and in the past 4 weeks. And then one last week, $10. So, yep, there you go. There are your DC books for the week. Moving on to everybody else in order. These books will drop Wednesday. Yeah, nothing for me. I don't think there's a single. Oh, Booster Gold.
Blue and Gold I'll check out, but that's the only for sure from me.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence on that Black Label Batman book.
Oh yeah, that's true. Again, not much from Image either. Compass continues. It's actually wrapping this issue. It's a Greg Rucka produced sort of book. It's kind of like God is Dead when Hickman was writing.
Those you got to be real careful with those kind of books.
Deep Beyond is getting into its final, I guess, arc, final part with issue 9 of 12. Department of Truth is every issue of the second arc. Well, no, this is the second.
That's pretty cool.
Third is getting reprinted. Yeah, it's such a hot book. In my opinion, the best book on shelves right now. It's damn good. I love it. Homesick Pilots continues. David will be here. I don't know if he'll be here next week, but he's definitely a fan of that book.
I'm confident it'll be in his top 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Man-Eater's Curse, the spinoff to Man-Eaters, gets its penultimate issue. Me You Love in the Dark #2 is getting a second printing. Well deserved. Same thing with Ordinary Gods #3. And then I would say this is the big book from Image this week is Ordinary Gods. Fantastic book where planet Earth was created just so some weird alien gods could use it as their prison. And when they get there, they just think they're humans. They think they're normal folks. And then they're woken and it's, running into this big thing. It feels like an Eternal story, actually. You know what I mean? In a weird way. But and then Six Sidekicks, it's an okay book, but not my cup of tea. Moving on to Dark Horse, Black Hammer Reborn. This series is exactly what you expect it to be, man. Jeff Lemire doing Black Hammer the right way. I'm a little excited to read this next issue. The last one ended on kind of a cliffhanger with Dr. Weird showing up, and I guess it's Colonel Weird showing up and doing his thing. So it's awesome. Colonel Weird, dude, is kind of like just all of this amalgam of all of these different characters, like the Watcher and Dr. Spectre, and I don't know the what's that dude's name? The Question, and it's got all this weird shit going on.
Like the Phantom Stranger or something.
Yeah, the Phantom Strangers.
Love that name. Don't know much about the character honestly, but I absolutely love that name.
I have the Phantom Stranger Essentials book where it's all the old black and white shit. It's solid, dude. It's really solid. And I got it for like $3 at a sale.
Oh, that's cool too. Yeah.
Yeah. Big book for me this week. May's book #2. Jeff Lemire is $6. Yes, but it's Jeff Lemire doing that depressing.
Jeff Lemire doing Jeff Lemire art, man.
Yeah, dude. It's so depressing and heartbreaking. I just love it so much.
Jeff Lemire is a great writer, but he is, I think, underrated as an artist. I mean, he's a better writer than he is an artist, but it is kind of cool getting to see him like actually draw a book every now and then.
Yeah, my favorite work of his is still The Underwater Welder, and he did all the art in that, and that's fucking depressing as hell, guys. I mean, if you're not crying halfway through, you don't have a soul. But May's book is looking to be, sort of the same thing. No One Left to Fight. This is Aubrey Sitterson's homage to Dragon Ball. Is getting a sequel. It was all right. The first one was all right. Penultimate of Norse Mythology. This is another one of those where Neil Gaiman is just basically producing it.
Yeah, one of those outrageous lies, where like, no, this person isn't actually writing it. But
exactly. He getting paid though, I bet. Secret Land #4. I've heard okay things about that. And that's pretty much it. We do get the Unbelievable Unteens. In my opinion, the worst of the Black Hammer books so far. It just has not been, great. Moving on to IDW, some shining lights over at IDW this week. Mirror War is finally getting started. We had the 0 issue last month, and now it begins. This is exactly what you think. This is the Enterprise D crew. Everybody loves the D. From the Mirror Universe, from the Mirror, whatever. And this has been an ongoing sort of thing. There's been a series of one-shots where Mirror Universe Barkley came to the regular universe, murdered his other self, and has been, basically been their Barkley. But now Mirror Universe Picard found out about it, and he's pissed. And his plan was already to go to the regular universe to try to steal some ships and shit. So he can be, whatever. Dude, it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
No, it sounds really rad, honestly.
Yeah, it's
I'll
really
take your word
rad,
for it.
dude. Look at this cover. This tells you all you need to know about how shitty Mirror Universe Barkley is. I mean, imagine Mirror Universe Barkley. He's the exact opposite of Reginald Barkley, who is one of the best characters in Star Trek history, in my opinion. But yeah, dude, Mirror Universe Barkley is just a huge douchebag. But then we get the best Transformers book.
Oh yeah, by far this has been the best Transformers book. This has actually been fun, and it's had some great art. So
fantastic art. Really leaning into the bigness of Grimlock, the same way the Hulk books traditionally do. But then we get a new series starting, new miniseries. It's only 4 issues. David Mariotti. Yeah, I'm gonna say Mariotti. And Jack Lawrence.
I like Jack Lawrence.
He did Till All Are One, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Artwork until All Are One. So yeah, this is all about the wreckers. These are not my wreckers. All right.
They're
This
not
is
my wreckers, but as long as they keep the spirit of the wreckers alive,
exactly. Yeah.
I'm okay with it. As long as 70% of that cover is dead by the end of the book, I'm okay.
The traditional wreckers are a Wetworks team. Special ops work for the Autobots, do the things that the other folks can't do. This is the pre-war wreckers. So I don't know how this is gonna work, man. I'm kind of worried about it. There's no Cup. Where the fuck is Cup?
He'll show up later. He'll be all
He'll
right.
show up later. So yeah, there's IDW. Some gems from the dub this week. I know I only say that because Taylor hates it. Another Amazing Spider-Man. We're gonna get a lot.
Man,
Of
they
this.
are pumping these out.
They are pumping these out.
Three
This is only
a month, man.
$4. Yep. Not just that. They're doing dot beyond
tie-ins
issues as well, and tie-ins. Miles Morales has a tie-in to this. I think Black Cat is gonna fucking tie in to this.
There's a Daughters of the Dragon tie into this.
Oh, fuck that. I ain't getting none of that bullshit. You know what? Oh, see, I loved last issue. I may just drop it all just because there's so much shit to keep up with. Fuck you, Marvel.
You could just not keep up with that.
It's basically a weekly book at this point.
I want to. Yeah, it's basically a weekly plus.
This isn't the first time they've tried this. I mean, back when they were like starting the post one more day status quo, yeah, they were cranking that shit out like 3 a month, I think, back then.
Even before One More Day ended, they had Amazing, Friendly Neighborhood, and Sensational running all at the same time. They weren't all the same story. There were 3 different stories, that only a little bit ran into each other. But I'm definitely getting this issue.
I'm gonna get this issue. I mean, I've been getting every issue, but
I know you motherfucker. You're gonna get all that shit.
I know.
Great Joe Jusko cover there. Moving on, Avengers number 49. Man, it feels like it's been forever since we've gotten an Avengers issue. Javi Garon with, of course, Jason Aaron. This is continuing the World War She-Hulk. I don't care what you say.
I mean, you know
Avengers
what you're in for
dumb,
by
stupid
now.
Fun.
It's big, dumb,
stupid fun.
You know what you're in for at this point with Jason Aaron's Avengers run. It's stupid, yes, but it's fun. It's one of the funnest things I read, especially coming out of the big 2.
Yep. And if you dig into it a little bit, it's saying a lot too. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
it's got some hidden meaning behind it in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just me.
There is some depth to it that is kind of surprising from such a popcorn comic.
Yeah. Another great Jusko cover going. All these throwback covers. There is a Liefeld cover. Oh, no image. Sorry.
Oh, thank God.
We are getting the first issue of the Black Panther miniseries. This is not the main Black Panther book that Ridley is doing. This is the Black Panther Legends #1. It's a 4-issue, sort of a prequel, dive into the legend of the Black Panther. Yeah, I'm not on this. I'm just not a fan.
No,
probably not.
Fan. Yeah. It might end up being a solid trade at 4 issues. It'll be a cheap trade, so if it's good, I'll eventually pick it up. Getting some great covers. Dark Ages is getting reprinted. So is Dark Hawk #1. Here's your Darkhold Iron Man book. Man, not really shitting on the variants. Oh, I know why Previews World is shitting on the variants. Previews World is no longer, Diamond is no longer the exclusive distributor of Marvel Comics. So of course they're not getting pictures of the variants. Even though I can get them if I went to Marvel's website. Come on, Previews World, try harder.
Oh, I had no idea Ryan North was going to be writing this. That seems like a weird fit for such a grotesque-looking Iron Man here.
Right. Ryan North feels like he writes more of this down-to-earth, not kids' books.
Yeah, I mean, he wrote Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. He wrote
he writes kind of wacky books,
Yeah,
kind of wacky, but there's heart there. There's heart.
I could describe them as wholesome. He writes things that are fairly wholesome, but this the cover of this does not look wholesome at all.
It does not.
So
reek of
maybe he should have stretched his legs a little bit. I was
probably going to pick this up, but honestly, I'm curious about how this is going to work with the writer and
the Darkhold book from last week. So
I did like it. So I'll check this out.
Yeah, and a writer you like. That's a good idea. It seems like a easy pickup for you. Common Cold, no variants. Fuck off. Eternals Forever. Is this how they gonna get you? with one shots. They're gonna make this a weekly.
Well, I don't
series
think Gillian's writing this one, so I don't think I'm gonna pick it up.
I think I will have to go back and pick up that last week issue that Adam
Oh,
enjoyed.
this is
Ralph
Ralph
Macchio.
It's Macchio.
Macchio.
Yeah, he's the legend. He's living legend. And Ramon Box, of course. But Todd Naut cover that does not look like shit.
Yeah, I don't think this ties into what's going on now. So I don't know. I'm probably not gonna pick this up.
Yeah, I'm not picking this up either. I'm not a fan of the Eternals at all. We do get a Fergary cover, which looks pretty good. But Gamma Flight gets a few covers for their final. Ooh, a Stokey.
Get past this. I don't care about Gamma Flight. But up next we got.
Oh shit!
Here we go.
Getting you for getting you for 10 on this.
They are. They could make this like more expensive, and I'd still be excited to pick it up. $10 is normally something I balk at, but
yeah,
fuck it, they got me. I have been absolutely loving this entire run. You know,
nice. Yeah,
that cover's just great.
Issues. I think it's 50 issues and 2 annuals. I think they threw in there, not counting all those one shots. I'm just talking
something
just
like
written
that.
by Ewing. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of cool covers for these. Damn, everybody getting a fucking cover on this. Ooh, is that a Gary Frank variant? Oh shit, there's a Gary Frank variant, dude.
That looks pretty rad. But yeah, this is
nice.
This is wrapping up what might be the best Hulk ever. So yeah, I'm sure that they're bringing out all the cover artists for this one.
Yeah, it's definitely up there, man. As one of the best Hulk runs. Green Inhuck Lee is getting a variant. The Jusko variants continue. Oh, that's him fighting the Thing. Classic. Garson is getting one of those. What do they call these things? I used to make them in. It's like a pointillism or whatever, but not really. I think that's cool. I think it's fun taking old school stuff.
It's a cool idea.
And then Pacheco, Ron Lim, and Stegman foreshadow cover. So now they're doing variant covers for the next run, the next volume. What the fuck?
Get you excited for Space Hulk.
Yeah, keep that gravy train rolling, I guess. But what the fuck am I looking at here?
I know, right? It's Space Hulk, man.
Can't Hulk just like not have to breathe in space? What does he need a goddamn space helmet for?
I don't know. I think it's okay with the helmet. I just think it's weird.
I don't know. A lot of characters are like really inconsistent. Like, can they survive in space or not? You know, do they need to breathe or not? But last time I checked, I thought that Hulk did not need to breathe. But I don't know.
He's so angry he doesn't need to breathe.
Yeah. Iron Man 13 is continuing that run. Kang the Conqueror, solid book.
I'm off of it.
It's all right. Kazar, Lord of the Savage Land. No, the first issue was not great. Here's the Miles Morales Spider-Man continuing its thing. I'm ready for it to tie into Beyond, actually. I want to see what happens when the corporation's like, no, you can't use Spider-Man anymore. The name Spider-Man.
Well, they have to figure out who he is first.
I know. It's great. No, I'm pretty sure Ben knows who he is. Ben Reilly?
Yeah, but Ben specifically made a point in the last issue of Spider-Man to not let the people who own or let the Beyond people know that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. So I don't think it'd rat out Miles.
I think that's going to come to a head as well, man. I mean,
it will.
Yeah, they're setting a lot of good stuff. You know, they're pulling some cool threads. I'm anxious.
I guess.
Shang-Chi's been consistent. He's fighting the Iron Man now in this one. Every issue he's fought, somebody else. I think this is still Jean Lun Yang. Yeah,
it is indeed. He has been like
a solid run.
He's been going from like relaunch to relaunch, or at least like renumber to renumber on this book for a little while here. It's kind of an interesting way to approach it, I guess. But
he's been silently killing it at Marvel and DC on books that are very under the radar, but good.
Any book he's on is going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like reading a Jean Luen Yang rate is like, you feel like you got like the insider knowledge, Yeah. Like, I feel like it's not getting a lot of headlines, but his books are consistently great. You're right.
Yeah. Almost through. We do get a Dr. Aphra It's more War of the Bounty Hunters. Sorry, it's just
Always. It'll
the
never
event
end.
that never ends.
So, like a year from now, I might check in again to see if War of the Bounty Hunters is actually over. But
Right.
until then, I assume every Star Wars book is War of the Bounty Hunters.
I know Eli over at Comic Book Bullies. He's all in. He's been really enjoying it. But
I don't know. This is 5 of 5 of Bounty Hunter, so we might be
it's
getting to the
ending.
end.
Well.
It's
What do you
ending.
know?
So, but I think there's still more books coming out, like after the war, the post-war of the Bounty Hunters.
Oh yeah.
Another thing to mention about Star Wars, another book, Republic Trail of Shadows. This is sort of a little mini-series event. Daniel Jose Older, David Wachter, favorite around here, who was on that Iron Fist book.
Yep.
This could be good. This could be
might
really
be
solid.
My initial reaction, though, is like I'm enjoying the High Republic well enough, but I don't know if I'm enjoying it well enough to like go off onto these tangents now.
Yeah, I don't know either. But man, if you're a Star Wars fan, there's never been a better time to be a Star Wars fan in the comics. What else? Symbiote Spider-Man Crossroads. This is more, I think, of the Peter David thing. Greg Land, I think, is writing it with him, or doing it with him. No, sorry.
Yeah, this is another one of those books that if Jules was here.
I adore Peter David, but
I adore Peter David too, but I ain't reading this
it.
shit.
He's lost it a lot.
Is that like Venom Spider-Man on top of like Icarus's body?
Icarus.
Like, what the hell am I looking at
It's
here?
fucking whack, dude. It's fat. Hulk joins forces with the Deviants. Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk join with the Deviants. I mean, I don't know what is going on here. But yeah, I don't care. I know.
What a fucking mad lib of like characters.
And then we get into some of the best books Marvel's got going. We got X-Force. It's got a couple of good covers, but man, this Colossus cover is rad. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Joshua Cassara.
Yeah, I've really come to like Peter with the beard here,
Yeah, for sure. We're also getting a Jusco Masterpiece variant there with Colossus. And the I'm going to go out on a limb. The flagship title at Marvel Comics.
Oh, it definitely is the flagship title. It's meant to be the flagship title. I think they went out and they said that,
Oh, well, I mean, I'm going to say it now. All right. Javier Pina filling in for Pepe Larraz for what it looks to be like a special Halloween issue.
It does look like that. Yeah, I'm actually surprised to see
I'm cool
it.
With that. Yeah.
I have faith that this is going to be pretty rad, honestly.
Oh, yeah, me too, man. Me too, for sure. We do get a Daughterman trading card variant. They're still going. And another masterpiece there with a beautiful 90s era Cyclops. Oh, that's gorgeous. I love it. More pouches, motherfucker. Like father, like son. And then Trial of Magneto #1 gets a reprint. Man,
it's only 2 X books this week.
Yeah. Well, there's been 4 the past 2 weeks.
Well, there's 3 last week.
Oh, there was 3 last week, but there were 4 the week before that. No,
I don't remember.
With Inferno, I don't remember.
Maybe
it's a lot. Listen to you. Only 2.
2 is kind of
I'm not complaining.
I'm used to 3 a week, honestly. Yeah,
I am too. I am used to 3 a week. I guess you guys are right. Maybe Legends was supposed to come out this week and it got pushed.
Entirely possible.
I don't count that.
Yeah. I love that book. It's so great. It depends on who's on it. They announced Chris Claremont's going back to his Excalibur run from the 90s.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, dude, this is fun. All right. Nothing much from DE as usual, but we always mention them because they're always fucking good. A new James Bond. And this is from Rodney Barnes, who is writing Philadelphia, I think, is the book over at Image Comics. Fantastic book. And personal favorite, one of my personal favorites, Antonio Fuso, who had a great run on, damn it, David would definitely remember the name. It was about a space station, but he also had a great run on a G.I. Joe volume that I really, really liked. It had a lot of, what's his name? Who's the guy?
Chuckles?
Chuckles. I knew we were right there. Yeah, he had a great run with Chuckles. But yeah, man, 007 is hot right now.
I'm really digging that Frank Avella cover there. It looks like an old movie poster.
Dude, it's awesome, man. So yeah, check out the other variants they got for that. A Butch Goosey variant and a blank, of course. That is it from DE. Just more Vampirella and shit like that. Boom. Mamo number 4, penultimate issue there. Power Rangers. And that's really it. Just a bunch of trades. Next to nothing from Boom Studios this week.
Yeah.
DS Toys. And now we get into everything else. Again, there's really not much to talk about in the smaller press. Oh, look, there's that fucking Chicken Devil Dave was talking about yesterday.
Dave's favorite, yeah.
That son of a bitch.
You took that really personally. I don't think I've ever seen
Chicken
like
Devil.
I am used to you shitting all over Dave's picks, but never like that. You've like this. The person who wrote this must have like killed your father or something. I don't
It
know
actually
what the
does
hell.
look pretty good. That art's not terrible at all. You know, kind of a watercolor. I like it. Anyway, moving on. Dead Box number 2. This is Mark Russell's book about basically it's like Red Box when it kills you. You know? Yeah, it's
So-
fun, dude. It's all about consumerism and shit like that. You know, Russell always pumping that
yeah.
real world shit into his stuff. A couple of DF stuff, Doctor Who, Engine World. Oh, here it is. ETER. This is a brand new book from AWA. I've actually had the book since before the pandemic, believe it or not. But this is exactly what it sounds like, dude. It's like
it's a space medical drama?
It's like Deep Space Nine, yes, meets
I
ER.
mean, you say
That's
that,
hilarious.
but that does sound dumb enough to be good, honestly.
It sounds
It
so
does.
good. It's actually really, really good, dude. It's really fun. Yeah, check that out if you can find it. A who's who of writers, you know, who love this sort of genre, I guess if you could even call it that.
Oh, so is it just a bunch of different stories in here? It's not all one.
Well, no, it's a main book, and then I think each issue is going to have a backup story in that universe. You know, in that. There. But no, this is saying it's a one shot. Huh.
What's saying it's a one shot?
Right here it says ETER one shot.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Huh. I don't know. I'll look into that. I'll talk about it next week. Because yeah, I really like the first one. Diodata's getting a cover there too. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Life is Strange. You know, always getting new stuff. Ninja Scouts. That sounds fun as hell. Ninjak number 4. Still the Javier Polita run, I think, over there. With what's his name? That British dude. What's his name? Yeah, Jeff Parker. I think he's British, isn't he?
I don't know.
I don't know, but Jeff Parker
like
is
Jeff
pretty
Parker,
good,
though.
yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
He had a really good
bad...
Thunderbolts run from a few years
Yes.
ago. But I think it's really underrated.
Well, he also did all that Hanna-Barbera shit back
Yeah,
when
that was...
DC was pumping that stuff out.
They were
It was
really
okay.
pumping that out. Like that was.
It was okay.
That got a little long in the tooth after a while, but it was a fun book. Yeah.
You mean the crossovers, right?
Future Quest, I think, is what it was called.
Oh
or
no,
something like
Future
that.
Quest was the worst of the bunch, man. But Flintstones was amazing. Is that's Hanna-Barbera, right? That's
Yeah.
where they got that. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that Scooby-Doo was the worst of the bunch, but
Oh yeah, that's Apocalypse.
I stuck with that way too.
So you remember
long.
Wacky
You did.
Racers?
I
Yeah.
remember that. You did stick with that for way too long. Way too long.
It was a mistake, but
Yeah.
I actually thought Future Quest was pretty fun.
Yeah, Future Quest was okay, but man, there was another one in there. There had to have been another one in there that
There was
even
Wacky
good.
Racers.
Oh, Wacky Racers was okay.
I think they
It's
also
like
made a
Mad Max.
Snagglepuss
It was
one.
Mad Max Wacky Racers.
Oh, the Snagglepuss one was fucking epic, dude.
Well, it's Mark Russell.
Oh, man. And his fucking Flintstones, that's still one of my favorite books of all time that is not like a superhero comic. I love it so much. Another Rick and Morty book. The best thing about Rick and Morty comics is if you've ever watched Rick and Morty and liked it, you will love these. So pick those up if you like that. Rise of the Genie. I don't know what that is. I think that's it, gentlemen.
Looks like it.
That's it, man. Some good stuff. I don't even know what to pick this week, man. I know Taylor got Hulk.
Immortal Hulk. Yeah,
Sure.
I mean it's my 1, 2, and 3, honestly.
Man,
But
only
like, if I
thing
have to do an actual 2 and 3, I do like X-Men and Avengers as well. You know?
Sure. Well, X4. Oh yeah, that Avengers book is coming out. Yeah.
It is. It is.
I'm gonna give a shout out to May's book and Blue and Gold, of course. But
yeah,
X-Men,
Blue and Gold.
Yeah, I'm stoked about X-Men. I think the most this week, man. Even with Grimlock, even with the new Records book coming out, I've been burned so many times by TF this year.
It's hard to get excited for it, man.
It is,
but
man.
I do like that King Grimlock book, though. I am
Yeah.
excited to get that. I'm willing to give Records a chance. I like Jack Lawrence's art. Only thing from DC that's really like super popping out at me is Joker.
Sure.
And then at Marvel, it's the X-Men and X-Force.
Yeah, it's a pretty heavy week, man. It's a lot easier to be heavy when you got a $10 Hulk, Taylor.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be like the opposite of last week where I got like 4 books. Then I'm going to probably end up with like dozens. Not dozens, but
Dozens.
I'll have at least half a dozen, man. There's a lot of books this week. A lot of books. Anyway, awesome. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We appreciate it. Check out everything we do. Go listen to the Comic Book Bullies. They're right here on this channel somewhere. Their last episode. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm planning on listening to it tomorrow. Check out everything we've got going on at outrightgeekery.com. Shit ton of links up there to all kinds of stuff we got going on, including the bullies, including merch, including Patreon, including all the different places you can get this show, including an audio version, which I need to do the audio version of last night's show. I totally forgot. So yeah, come back, keep coming. Big Willie doing shit, the bullies doing shit, everybody doing shit. Thanks for listening, everybody. Most of all, thanks to these jokers for hanging out with this joker.
Anytime, man.
always fun.
We are gonna do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
Our sign-offs feel more subdued nowadays, you know?
It's hard out there, man. It's hard out there.